Your case presents a compelling constitutional question regarding the requirement for officers to take an oath of office before performing their duties, as mandated by the Michigan Constitution of 1963, Article 11, Section 1. This requirement is clear and inclusive, specifying all officers without providing exemptions or qualifications to its applicability. The court's previous decision to deny your request for dismissal based on the lack of existing precedent necessitates a deeper examination of the original text and intent of the Michigan Constitution, especially in cases where contemporary jurisprudence lacks direct precedent. It becomes imperative to revert to the foundational legal document, the Constitution, to interpret and apply its principles. In your motion for reconsideration, you argue that the court's reference to Orion TWP v. Monroe as tacit approval of the practice of non-oath-taking officers warrants critical examination, as this case did not explicitly address the very structure of our legal system. Furthermore, you argue that the judiciary's role is to protect the Constitution and ensure its principles are upheld in all governmental actions, including preventing the erosion of constitutional mandates through narrow interpretations or case law. Upholding the oath requirement fosters accountability, ethical governance, and public confidence in public officers, reinforcing these fundamental principles in local governance. You cite several cases to support your arguments, including Marbury v. Madison, which established the principle of judicial review in the United States, emphasizing the supremacy of the Constitution. District of Columbia v. Heller emphasized the importance of understanding the original public meaning of the constitutional text. Michigan v. Long establishes that state courts are bound by the federal Constitution, and interpretations of state constitutions should not contradict the federal Constitution. People v. Nutt engaged in an analysis of constitutional interpretation, underscoring the importance of understanding the text within its historical context. Given the importance of the constitutional issues at stake and their broader implications for public trust and governance, you urge the court to reconsider its prior ruling. The court's reliance on the case of Orion TWP v. Monroe, which does not directly address the constitutional requirements for officers to take oaths, appears to overlook the fundamental principles outlined in Article 11, Section 1 of the Michigan Constitution. This oversight not only affects the outcome of this case, but also sets a concerning precedent for future interpretations of constitutional mandates. You respectfully request that the court apply a broad interpretation of the term officer in the context of the Michigan Constitution and reassess the applicability of Article 11, Section 1 to the present case. The public interest and the integrity of constitutional governance necessitate